So you own a lawn related business and you're thinking about selling in the near future. My name is Jim Parker. I've been helping people sell businesses for nearly 25 years, and I specialize in selling lawn and landscape related businesses. So, anyways, I want to always talk to you guys about how you can maximize your sales price and you can put yourself in the position where you get the best terms possible when you go to sell your business. Today, I want to talk about something that's kind of out there, but it really does make a big difference. Did you know that your employees could affect the value of your business and they could affect the terms? Well, they definitely can. Your workforce is a huge component of the sale. I mean, just imagine a buyer's coming along, they're looking to acquire your business. They're not just acquiring your equipment and your routes, but they're also acquiring the workforce that makes up that makes a good portion of the goodwill. So they're going to be asking a lot of questions when it comes to your employees, and that's what we want to talk about today. Then I want really to explain to you how crucial employees can be when it comes to selling your business. Now, first of all, buyers love seeing long-term employees working for you. That makes them feel a lot better, makes them feel like the business is a well-run business, and then employees like working there. If you're in a situation where you're constantly hiring and firing employees are constantly leaving, and you have a huge turnover, that could cause a lot of problems. Buyers are going to be asking why, and it could be a sign to them that the business is not operating the best it could possibly be, especially when you're talking about the management portion of your business and making sure that the managers that you have in place are long-term employees. Now, I don't want to scare you. Yes, an employee may, a manager may retire and manager moves on, but if it looks like there's a history of that just keeps happening and happening and happening, they're going to be questioning that. So, and I think it's just good business sense as well to have long-term employees, because this way you're not constantly have to retrain and they're going to have to learn the culture of your business, blah, 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 blah. It not only affects the buyer buying your business, but you as a business owner, it's going to make your job a lot easier if you have long-term employees. And the best way to retain long-term employees is obviously to treat them well, give them the respect that they want or that they need, listen to them. I'm not going to do the whole video on this, but you're getting the idea, and make sure that they're being compensated fairly, and they feel like they're being compensated fairly. But that keeping those employees long term is going to be a huge thing. And they're also going to be looking at, and I hate to say it, they're going to be looking at the age of your employees. If you got a lot of employees in their 60s, both in management and out there doing the work out there on your routes, they're going to be looking at that and going, oh, we're going to have a huge turnover of employees and da 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 da. I'm not saying you go out and you should fire your employees. I'm just saying, you want to put yourself in a position where you're not going to have you as the owner or the new buyer coming in is not going to be in a position that in a couple year period of time, you're going to have a huge turnover of employees because they're going to be at that retirement age situation. Um, Keep the sale. This is a big thing. Before I go any further, you want to keep the sale of the business obviously confidential from your employees. You don't want anybody to know that you're selling your business. You don't want your employees to know, customers, clients, vendors, suppliers, competitors, the general public. You want to keep it all confidential. I highly suggest that you do not talk to your employees about the sale of the business, even key employees. That's a conversation me and you could have offline and talk about it. If you have a strong sense that you do want to tell some people, I do have some strategies that we can talk about to overcome that. But for the most part, you don't really want your employees or anybody to know that the business is for sale. This is a huge one too. And I see it a lot in the lawn and landscape arena, the space that I work in, is that some business owners have a lot of 1099 employees when they should really be classified as W-2 employees. And this is really going to turn off buyers, because buyers are going to look at it and go, yeah, legally, these employees should be W-2. And, there's two things going into that. One is that legally they're going to feel like they're going to have to switch them from 1099 to W-2. And how is that going to play out with those employees? Because those employees may not want or not like being switched from a 1099 to a W-2. So if you're thinking about selling in the near future, you should be making that switch right now. If that's legally what you should be doing anyways, you should always be running your business the legal way. I'm not judging. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've seen pretty much everything you could imagine in my 25 years. I'm just telling you what you should be doing from a sales perspective. And also, I just want to keep you guys out of trouble, period. They're also going to be looking at that 1099 W-2 situation that it's going to cost them more as a buyer when they take over your business. They're going to be paying more out because they're going to be paying the corporate side of those taxes. And that is something that even if they are willing to buy your business that is made up with 1099 employees that should be W-2, even if they can get over that hurdle, and a lot of buyers can't, they're going to be looking at it and going, yeah, but I'm going to be paying more in taxes. It's going to reduce the bottom line. It's going to reduce your sales price of your business. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Make any of these adjustments, obviously, before sale, like I said it before. You also want to make sure that you e-verify your employees if you haven't done so already. That's going to be a question that buyers are going to be asking you. You know, are they e-verified? You know, they set up a workers' comp. They're going to be asking for unemployment reports. They're going to be seeing what your workers' comp issues that you've had, any legal issues with the employees. You want to make sure that that is cleaned up as you possibly can. Now, obviously, there's sometimes going to be issues where there was a workers' comp complaint or things like that. Just make sure that you tell myself or whatever business intermediary that you're working with what those situations are so that we're not caught off guard, so that we can help you guide you through those types of obstacles. That's really, really important. We want to address any issues that could potentially be a downfall on your business up front. So I always say, whether it's employees or anything else in your business, when you engage with a business intermediary, you know, like myself, make sure you tell that business intermediary the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't hide those uglies and let those uglies pop up themselves later on down the road. One of the biggest things that a buyer wants when they're looking to buy a business is they got to look at that seller, and they've got to like that seller, and they got to trust that seller. And when they find out an ugly or a skeleton in the closet on their own that they were not told about, they lose their trust in the seller and they walk away. So the likability, the trustworthy factor is huge. And that's something that a qualified, experienced broker that specializes in the lawn and landscape business can help you, guide you through those types of issues. Well, I think that's all we need to talk about with employees right now on a high level. If you would like to chat about selling your business either now or in the near future, I'd love to chat with you. I do encourage you that if you are thinking about your selling your business now or in the next 2 years, you do need to reach out to a business intermediary as soon as possible, whether it's myself or somebody else. Make sure you talk to somebody that's very experienced, very seasoned, that specializes in the lawn and landscape space. Well, I appreciate you watching the video today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.